fairy tale garden. Oh, I was so hoping that we will get at least one snow in the season, and here we are. Ooh, we woke up, school is out, kids are happy, a big nice snow is here. And you know what, it reminds me so much of home, because I grew up in a very cold area in Ukrainian mountains, and we used to have a lot of snow. And I remember walking and listening to the snow crunching under the feet. And here it is. Maybe the last snow of this season, the end of February, beginning of March. And today, I'm talking to you about my master gardening program. I'm so happy it was yesterday, not today. And yesterday we were studying a very serious topic about pathology of plants, plant diseases. Let me tell you, a lot of information. Days when it is snowing outside, especially today when everything is nice and white, it feels extra cozy in the house. Plus, I am so happy that this snow didn't happen yesterday when I had my master gardening program, because I wanted it to happen. We had a very serious topic on plant pathology and all diseases. And look at this. All this printout is just slides from the lecture, which I definitely want to keep. So I'm printing everything which is being said to us. I'm printing, and so far, look, this is just 1/4 of everything we are learning at Master Gardening Program. They're definitely trying to put as much information into us as possible, to the point that, oh my gosh, it feels wonderfully overwhelming. So our lecturer focused on different types of diseases, and at the beginning he highly underlines that any disease which can happen has to follow the triangle. So there has to be the environment, there has to be the host, and there has to be agent which is causing the disease. And very often when people think, okay, I'm going to get rid of this disease and that's it, might be the case, but if the environment stays the same, if there is the same host, the chances are that the disease would be happening over and over again. So that was a good the good beginning entrance into all this disease lecture, to make sure we understand this triangle approaching any diseases of plants in the garden. So we did fungal diseases caused by fungi. We did bacterial diseases caused by bacteria, and we did viral diseases caused by viruses. Also, we stopped on parasitic plants. So it was very, it was very good to have all the knowledge well structured, and kind of know, okay, this disease is viral disease, that's where I'm going to look it up. This disease is bacterial disease, so we're moving in this direction. So that's the first, they were telling us that the first approach to disease would be to identify it correctly. And under the video, I'm going to give you links to books which our master gardeners highly recommended us to look into. So that's another good piece of information. I like the class. I like it very much. There are a lot of people who are just like me, ready to learn. And by the way, there is a very lovely lady who saw my YouTube channel, and she bought Lady of Shalott. Lady of Shalott rose is coming into her garden. She lives close by. So we agreed that we are going to plant that rose for her, and we would be filming it, and we would be chatting about master gardening program with her. So that's exciting, This year I didn't order roses to my garden because I had so many coming last year. And this year I want to make sure that they are maturing well. So I wouldn't be planting any roses. So to plant her rose would be nice. Especially it's a Lady of Shalott. She likes orange color. And she wants to grow that rose as a climber. For people who don't know, Lady of Shalott can be kept as a shrub, tall shrub, or as a short climber. It all depends on the trimming method you use. We don't really have a book. We have a lot of information online. And I wish we would have one big, nice, thick book with all the information. But you know what? Master Gardening program is very good like that. They don't demand from you to remember all the information. They tell you where to look for reliable, scientifically backed information, and how to navigate this vast chunk of knowledge, gardening, especially diseases in the garden. So I feel, even if I don't know a lot, I feel empowered that when I know where to look for information, I would know whatever I need to research. So that is, that's extra cool. So in case you're considering Master Gardening program and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to learn all that stuff? Don't be nervous about it, because it's not about remembering, it's about looking for scientifically proven information. And gardeners, we always learn. We are always learning something new. For example, in this class, the last class, when our professor was talking about viruses, I right away was thinking about rose rosette disease. Right here is the link. I was talking about that disease in depth. Another professor was talking, he was discussing 3 different ways how a virus is transmitted from the host plant to another plant with the help, let's say in our case, mite, or sucking insects. So in case of rose rosette disease, that would be mite. And he was discussing, he said, I give a big class about this, only one topic in his at the university, but here we had to do it quickly. So basically, there are 3 different ways how the sucking insects can do the transmission. When the tissues are stuck only in the mouth of a sucking insect, and right away the insect starts chewing another plant, and that's how it infects another plant. So the rate of transmission is extremely low, because very soon those tissues in the mouth of in the chewing, I wouldn't say even the mouse, in the chewing mechanism of the mite disappear, then the mite cannot transmit the disease. And then there is the middle, where it goes through the gut of the insect, and then insect for some time can transmit a disease. And then there is a severe case where once the insect is chewing the infected tissues, it is infected also, and for the length of its life, it will be able to transmit the disease. So that was another interesting piece of information to listen, and I was thinking I'm going to share with you that. And at the end, somebody brought lemon cookies, and it was just a fun time hanging out with everyone. And at our Master Gardening program, the volunteers who already went through this program organized for us a special workshop, which is not mandatory to attend, but they give us different, I would call it a workshop, where we study different types of plants, different type of diseases. For example, yesterday we had biology workshop, and we were looking at the building of the flower, different flower formations. So I really appreciate that master gardeners who went through this program before me are volunteering their time, and they work with us, getting us acquainted with all sorts of different fields where we probably not necessarily would go into. So very eye-opening experience. Very satisfying, a lot of work, since I want to do it right and I want to learn as much as I can. But you know what, also what this Master Gardening class gives me? The reassurance that I can learn and continue learning after I finish this Master Gardening program in October. In October, I will be officially having a Master Gardening badge. And I can continue learning, and there is also a possibility of going for advanced master gardening program, which I am not sure. I have a friend in the group who is saying that she's definitely going for advanced master gardening program. Let me see. I will try to figure out if I want to do it or not. So that's it. This is the update. Next week we are going to have class again. So Monday we do have field jobs. And field job is we have a choice of a group of plants. First group of plant was evergreen plants, and we have to collect 4 different samples from our neighborhood, even from our garden, and learn as much as we can about that plant and do a certain worksheet on that plant, answering questions. Very scientific. But, you know, and at the beginning I was kind of skeptical. How is that going to help me only doing, let's say, 4 plants from evergreen group? But it really opens my eyes, and you kind of start looking at plants differently. So I did the European white pine, I did arborvitae, I did juniper, and what else did I do? Boxwoods, yes, boxwoods. And all these plants are present in my garden. And since I did such an in-depth research on them, it feels great to know plants well. So next group would be deciduous plants. And since everything is still sleeping, look at this, snow outside, we would be slowly moving through 4 deciduous plants, and then we would be doing 4 vines, and we would be doing poison ivy. And with poison ivy, we don't need to do the collection of a sample, because poison ivy, you know, very bad for you. So that's it, the update on Master Gardening program. I will see you soon. Enjoy your day and happy gardening.